Today we will be looking at the digestive system, which is your work for the week until Thursday. This work has been uploaded on the D6 and there are activities and worksheets that you need to complete. The digestive system we did discuss in class. I'm going to go through it again. When you look at the digestive system, it's a very extensive system because it contains a lot of organs to make it work. These are liver, we have our gallbladder, which is that small green section, we have the pancreas, the stomach, the large intestine, the small intestine, which is here in the middle, the rectum and the anus, as well as the esophagus, the mouth, and the salivary glands and the pharynx. So a lot of components that we need for this system to actually work. So we are going to have a look at this system, and on your notes you have been given a YouTube link of a video that you need to watch, and based on this video there are questions that you need to answer. If you want more videos based on the digestive system, you can simply type into YouTube the digestive system, and there's lots of videos that you can watch. Alright, so we are going to look at number 4, that is questions based on the video that you have to watch on YouTube. 4.1 says, name the 4 components of the digestive system. So we know that our 4 components is also given to you on the answer sheet, but the first of which is the gastrointestinal tract. Now the gastrointestinal tract is this tract that goes all the way down into your stomach. It is called the esophagus. Okay, the esophagus is very important because this is the channel that food will take, the path that food will take from where you put it into your mouth to get to your stomach. Alright, our second component of the digestive system are the glands. So there's 3 glands that you need to know. And those 3 glands are, first the liver, which is this one over here, then our gallbladder, and our pancreas. So the pancreas is right over there. Those are the 3 glands we need to know that form part of the digestive system. The next component of the digestive system is called the enzymes, the hormones, the blood, and the nerves. So these are all components of the digestive system, and they all contribute to the digestive process. And then our last component of the digestive system is called the mesentery. The mesentery, I got you a picture over here. If the small intestine is this one that starts here, the blue one, and it goes all around here, okay, the mesentery is a wall that the small intestine and the large intestine is basically resting on. So it keeps them in place, it keeps them together, and this is what it looks like. Alright, so the mesentery is a wall that keeps the small and the large intestine in place, and it helps with the functioning of them during digestion. So if we look at question 4.2, it says describe the process of digestion from when food is served to release of the waste products. Okay, so we are going to use this diagram. So the process of digestion. First of all, we put food into our mouths. Okay, once the food is in your mouth, you start chewing it. To chew your food, you need your teeth, you need your jaw, you need your tongue, you need your cheeks on the inside. Your mouth is keeping the food all together. Alright, so it is chewed in the mouth. When it is chewed, underneath your tongue you have some salivary glands, and at the top of your mouth there's some salivary glands that releases saliva. So the saliva helps to break down the food into smaller pieces. Alright, so the saliva contains certain enzymes to break down the food into smaller pieces. Now in the mouth, the food is gathered into a ball. This ball is called the bolus. Okay, now the bolus is the part or the food that is now going to be swallowed. So you need to know this biological term, the bolus. The bolus is then pushed back into the esophagus, and in the esophagus, guys, there is a peristaltic movement that takes place to get the food to the stomach. A peristaltic movement to help the food go to the stomach. Alright, and here is a diagram of that peristaltic movement. Peristalsis is a muscular movement where the bolus is being pressed down all the way down the esophagus to the stomach by contraction of muscles. So you can see there's a contraction of the muscle, so it forces the food downwards. Then there will be another contraction of muscles over here, and it will force the food or the bolus downwards. This yellow section over here represents the bolus. This is the food that is being swallowed. Alright, and this goes all the way into the stomach. In the stomach, that is where food is being churned. Okay, so churned for 3 hours. Churned meaning it bounces off the walls of the stomach, being broken into smaller pieces. This is where mechanical and chemical digestion takes place. So this mechanical and chemical digestion all contributes to the digestion of the food. So after this mechanical and chemical digestion, chyme is formed. Now chyme is a liquid-like substance of the food. So the food has been taken from a solid form into a more liquid form. This chyme is then moves into the small intestines. So from the stomach, it goes into the small intestines, which is this layered organ over here. So at the same time, when the chyme moves into the small intestine, this is where something called bile is released to help with the digestion process. Now bile is formed or produced in the liver, and it is stored up in the gallbladder. So the liver, which is this one, this is where bile is produced, and it is stored in the gallbladder. So when the chyme, the liquid food, moves into the small intestine, there is some bile that goes into the small intestine as well. Bile is necessary because it breaks down fats, it breaks down fatty acids, it breaks down certain proteins, and it helps with the breakdown of carbs, carbohydrates. Alright, so it breaks it down into simpler sugars that is easier to digest for your body. So then in this small intestine, guys, there is something called villi. So villi is something that looks like this, and villi can be found in the small intestine. And what villi does, guys, is it maximizes absorption. So it helps with absorption to take place. And absorption is necessary, guys, so that the nutrients can be taken to the body cells, because our body cells need nutrients in order to function. So the villi, hair-like little structures on the inside of your small intestine, helps with the absorption of nutrients into the blood, and then the blood circulates the nutrients to the body cells. Alright, and then once the chyme and the bile reaches the large intestine goes right around the whole system over here. In the large intestine, water is drained from the fluid-like chyme, and fiber is needed to assist in the movement of chyme. So then after it's gone through the large intestine, it moves into the rectum, which you can't see on this specific picture, but it will be located down here. And in the rectum is a soft mass of undigested food. So everything that is left from the digestive system or from the digestion that took place is stored up in the rectum, ready to be excreted from the body. That is everything that you do not need in your body, and that will be excreted then from the body. Alright, and this entire process that we've just discussed takes about 30 to 40 hours to complete. Now, as a human being, you consume about 28,000 kilograms of food in your lifetime, and it is a necessity for you to drink water. So you are going to discuss this, why water is essential for the body in the activity that you're going to complete. The activity can be found in your textbooks, and the textbook number can be found on the notes. It depends on if you have the single book or the study guide and workbook as two separate units. Please complete that activity, and please do not hesitate to comment below if you have a specific question for me. I'm happy to help you, and we can lastly just have a look at the importance of juices in the body that's necessary for digestion, saliva that helps to break down the food, bile that helps the whole digestion process take place, enzymes help to break down food, hydrochloric acid, intestinal juices, and then insulin. All of these juices are very important for digestion to take place. And it is very important for you to know the names of these juices needed for digestion. Thank you, guys.